cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 7673, departing from Piedmont and arriving at Atlanta. On behalf of the Captain, Steve Good, and First Officer Brian Song, as well as my esteemed colleagues Emily, James, and Sarah, I extend a warm welcome to each of you. We are expecting an estimated flight time of 1 hour and 5 minutes. As we prepare for takeoff, please ensure that you are seated correctly with your seatbelt fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. To use them, pull the vest out, slip it over your head, and pull the straps to tighten. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage on board and proceed to the nearest exit. The emergency exits are located at the front, over the wings, and at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind you. Lastly, I would like to remind you that power banks or any electronic devices that become unusually warm, emit smoke, or show signs of damage must be reported to a member of the crew immediately. If any electronic device falls between the seats, please notify us so we can retrieve it safely. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Open. Rear passenger door, key is Shift plus F4, if necessary.
No, I thought he was gonna sit there and look at me weird.
Open. Passenger stairs, key is Shift plus F3, if necessary. Extend. Service door, key is Shift plus F7.
Baby, I'm sorry, come here! Baby, I'm sorry!
Open. Forward cargo door. Open. Mid cargo door. Open. Aft cargo door. Open. Load fuel. As calculated. Boarding passengers and cargo. As calculated. Clear master caution. Check. FMC.
Brian, why don't you go ahead and get our IFR clearance for Atlanta?
I'll get our IFR clearance for Atlanta now.
Washington Center, Delta 7673, requesting our IFR clearance, please.
Program flight plan. Takeoff V speeds. Calculate and set bugs. Takeoff trim. Calculate and setup. Flight director. Both on. Heading knob to runway. Set. Max bank angle.
Delta 7673, cleared to Atlanta via the TRI-9er departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 30010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.35, squawk 4625.
Okay. Got it. Got it there. Let's go ahead and still run through our
Set to 15.
checklist.
Initial cleared altitude.
Okay, we got the initial cleared altitude.
Set and arm. SPD/Mach.
Got it. 165.
Set to V2 plus 10.
Yep.
Altimeter. Set local QNH. Cockpit door. Locked. Auxiliary hydraulic pump.
Auxiliary hydraulic pump.
On. All doors and stairway. All closed. Engine start pump.
My fault.
On. APU master. Run. APU master. Start. Check APU power avail. Check. APU generator. Check on. APU bus left. On. APU bus right. On. Galley power. On. Left engine bleed air cross feed. On. Right engine bleed air cross feed. On. APU air source. On. Air conditioning left system.
Off.
Off. Air conditioning right system. Off. Check APU AC load. Check. External power left bus. Off. External power right bus. Off. External power. Off. Instrument lights. As required. Stall test. Check. Max SPD warning test.
Overspeed.
Check. Annunciator/digital lights test. Check. Loops a test. Check. Loop speed test. Check. Clear master caution. Check. Clear master warning. Check. Strobe lights.
Okay, so there are 3 types of damage. Yeah. That.
Position. Anti-skid.
Yeah, that's basically it. Well, I was also explaining it for Flair because he was here. Basically, the ability is called Spirit. Melee is literally, there's just
Push and start clearance.
Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
I talk.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle the comms from here.
Please get our push and start clearance.
I'll request push and start clearance for us now.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Delta 7673 requesting clearance for push and start.
Okay, anyways, melee, there's a whole melee infantry system in the game, basically.
Delta 7673, contact ground for push and start clearance.
Hold the melee button for a heavy melee, tap it for a light melee, and people can parry it.
Contacting ground for push and start clearance. Delta 7673.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Seconds, ish. Where anybody can do, like, get a free melee off on you, just throw abilities and do whatever. And then there's gun damage, which everybody in the game has a gun, because it's a hero shooter, sort of.
Received and activated. Pushback procedure as required.
You can learn, and you can
Check.
decide,
Left fuel pumps.
decide to class into their gun
On.
or not. Like,
Center
any
fuel
character
pumps.
can be built gun.
On. Right fuel pumps.
The dude that I was just
On.
like, 100 cal
Engine start system A or B.
technically, with like a heal. That doesn't
Select.
cause spirit damage, but
Throttle idle.
gun, just 'cause he has
Check. Right generator.
Right, we're ready.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
it's very fun to trust.
We're going out on 2-3 right tonight. Normally we go out on 2-3 left or 5 right. So, well, it's a little bit of a drive whenever we have the runway run. It's quite a little trek.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Still, some confusion I've had on flaps is how you actually do have to dial the flaps, I
Left
believe.
generator.
So it's not just like clicking, to bring a generator, like not generate the flaps, set the flaps, but you actually dial it in.
On. Right engine starter. Hold until 20% N2. Right fuel handles. On. Wait until N1 25%. Check. Right volts and frequency.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
That's a nice looking livery there. This MD-80, this model, and the Embraer. I think I'm flying out on an Embraer 175 on Sunday morning, about 7 in the morning. I'm not flying it. I'm a passenger. Okay, but I'm flying. We'll fly to Miami, and then pick up a 737 out of Miami. Okay.
Check. Left engine starter. Hold until 20% N2. Left fuel handles. On. Wait until N1 25%. Check. Check left volts and frequency. Check. Engine starter system. Off. Engine start pump. Off. AC bus X-tie.
It's set to auto. Right here.
Auto. APU bus left. Off. APU bus right. Off. APU air switch. Off. APU master. Off. Air conditioning left system.
I'll do the anti-fog just because of the temperature.
Auto. Air conditioning right system. Auto. Flight control elevators full forward. Check. Flight control elevators full aft. Check. Flight control ailerons full left. Check. Flight control ailerons full right. Check. Flight control rudder full left. Check. Flight control rudder full right. Check. Windshield anti-fog and ice.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
On. Pateau/stall heat. Capped. Left and right airfoil heat. On if needed. Left engine anti-ice. On if needed. Right engine anti-ice. On if needed. Yaw damper. On. Logo light. On. Seat belt sign. On. No smoking sign. On. Nose lights. On bright.
Okay, we're gonna. We got
Tow
a.
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Anti-collision lights.
Go ahead and do the safety briefing.
Cockpit temp. Auto as desired. Cabin temp. Auto as desired. Transponder. Set
Ladies
as
and gentlemen,
required.
may I have your attention,
Parking
please? This is your safety briefing for Delta Airlines
Taxi
flight
to runway and hold short.
7673. We
Check.
kindly ask that you direct your
Thrust mode
attention to
TL.
the front of the cabin. In the event of an emergency, please follow the instructions of the cabin crew. Your seat belt must be fastened at all times while seated. To fasten your seat belt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards
Brian,
you to
can
start
you
the
get
flow of oxygen.
taxi
Place it over your
clearance
nose and mouth and secure
to
it
runway
with the
23
elastic
right?
band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. To use them, pull the
Washington
vest
Center,
out,
Delta
slip it over
7673
your
requesting
head,
taxi
and pull
clearance
the
to runway
straps to
23
tighten.
right. We have the current
Inflate
information.
the vest by pulling the red tabs, or by blowing into the tubes. In the event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage on board and proceed to the nearest exit. The emergency exits are located at the front, over the wings, and at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, which may be behind
Delta
you.
7673,
Lastly,
contact ground for
we
taxi
would like
clearance to
remind
runway
you
23
that
right.
any electronic devices that become unusually
Switching to ground for taxi
emit
clearance to
smoke,
runway 23
or
right.
show signs
Delta
of damage,
7673.
must be reported to a member of the crew immediately. If any electronic device falls between the seats, please notify us so we can retrieve it safely. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
I'll get our taxi clearance to runway 23 right.
Okay. So we're going to, we got to go down here and make a left turn and taxi down to 23 right for our departure. We're at Greensboro Piedmont Triad International. It's not the busiest airport, but I must say it's a nice one to fly out of. It's nice. Yeah, the atmosphere here is nice. It's kind of like the central airport for Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and High Point. They've always fought over the name, but it's a nice airport. Told you it's a little bit of a drive. Well, I say that after you've driven in at LFPG or Charles de Gaulle, nothing's a long way.
I act like I don't have lactose intolerance, like literally.
And so we're in the MD-80. We're in the rotate MD-80. I'm going to try to see if I can follow everything step by step. It's confusing when if you fly the 737 a lot, or you fly the MD the Airbus, any of the Airbuses. It's just different. But I'll say this, I just had a good flight with it probably yesterday, where from LA to San Francisco, where it actually we had a nice smooth descent. I started my descent right at top of descent, and it was very smooth. So I'm hoping it'll be that way tonight. Right.
Calico, get off of me!
I don't know if it's just me. The only thing I'll say about this one is you don't feel as much power like thrust in engines as much, so but it's alright. Okay, I'm going to put the brake on here.
Check EPR 1.92. Flaps to 11 or 15 degrees.
Okay, we're there. See. Alright, and take off.
Thank you.
Check. Engine start system.
It's set to override. That's good.
OVRD. Annunciator panel. Check. Left external flood light. Extent on. Right external flood light. Extent on. Nose lights. Off. Galley, off for takeoff. Off. Check engine instruments.
So it wants nose lights off for takeoff. Okay. Alright.
Check. Takeoff clearance.
Brian, we're holding short at runway 23 right, ready for departure. Timers are set.
Request.
Requesting
Drone.
takeoff clearance from ATC now.
Delta 7673, we're ready for departure on runway 23 right.
Delta 7673, contact tower for departure clearance on runway 23 right.
Both.
Contacting tower for departure
Transponder.
clearance on runway 23 right, Delta
XPDR.
7673.
Timer. On. Line up and hold brakes press. Set. Auto brake.
Okay. Just get lined up.
lab. Stabilizer.
Oh my gosh, Monty.
That'd be
Oh dear, oh dear. Shut up. The only reason I'm bad at games is
right. We're gonna get lined up.
T.O. Throttle.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, that does mean I have to go to Illinois, though.
Stabilizer.
That does mean I have
N1 70%. No oral warning sound. Check. Throttle idle. Check. Auto throttle.
All right. You ready?
You think I can't?
Brian, would you do the takeoff briefing, please?
We'll be departing from runway 23 right. We'll be flying the TRI 9er departure with an initial climb clearance to 4,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 4625 and departure frequency will be 124.35. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
He's mistaken on a couple of those numbers, but I'm not going to make a big deal. Okay, we're set for takeoff. Auto throttle. Front pressure on yoke.
Stabilizer.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. All right, we're flying runway heading at the moment.
Delta 7673, radar contact. 2 west of Greensboro at 2300 feet. Greensboro altimeter 29086. Climb and maintain 4000.
Nav track.
Greensboro altimeter 29086. Climbing to maintain
Climb.
4000. Delta 7673.
VNAV climb. Not trying to do extreme. Like,
Delta 7673, contact Greensboro departure on 124.35.
okay.
Contacting Greensboro departure. Greensboro departure, Delta 7673, evening, maintaining 4,000 feet. Greensboro departure, Delta 7673, evening, maintaining 4,000 feet.
Delta 7673, roger, maintain 4,000 feet.
Delta 7673, Greensboro departure. Good evening, Greensboro altimeter 29086.
Altimeter 29086, Delta 7673.
We're stowing flaps. I'm really surprised how long they're keeping me at 4,000, but I'll try to be a good soldier here. Just do what they say.
Delta 7673, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, Delta 7673.
Okay, 210. I must say, this one's growing on me. The MD-80's kind of growing on me. I know it's an older plane, but man, it's got a good feel to it. It looks old, looks like battleship green and everything. It looks old, but it has a really good feel. Once you get used to steps.
On. Toga. N1 85%. Brakes. Released. Max bank angle. Set to 30. Auto brakes. Off. Engine start system. Off above weather. Auxiliary hydraulic pump. Off. Altitude.
Okay, we're nearing 9,000.
Passing 10,000 feet. Left external flood light.
Okay.
Delta 7673, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270. Delta 7673.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now permitted. The lavatories are available for your convenience, and cabin service will commence shortly. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant journey. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude. My esteemed colleagues and I shall commence with the snack and drink service shortly. I would like to draw your attention to our delightful offerings, including complimentary Biscoff cookies and refreshing Coca-Cola beverages. After our service, we will also be presenting articles from the Delta Airlines shop for your perusal. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your refreshments.
Okay, I think we are fairly caught up. Let's see.
Retract and off. Right external flood light. Retract and off. Nose lights. Off. Logo light. Off. Left ground flood light. Off. Right ground flood light. Off. Seat belt sign. Auto. At transition altitude.
Delta 7673, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Alright, that's our flight level.
300, Delta 7673.
1013/2992. Bank angle. .10 above flight level 300.
Okay.
Monitor engine instruments. Check. Autopilot data. Check. Target altitude.
Let's check our, make sure we're still on track, and we are. Okay. We just make the turn at Bolt.
Delta 7673, contact Atlanta Center on 133.15.
We're heading to Levy.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 133.15, Delta 7673.
Weather looks good. And we're only
Atlanta
237
Center,
miles.
7673, good evening, climbing to 16,000 feet, aiming for flight level 300.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Center. Good evening, Gold Hill, altimeter 29er 89er.
Altimeter 29er 89er, Delta 7673.
We do have some business to do now that we're making headway, so we're going to go to approach. And here we have for approach 110.10 for our frequency and 275 for our course heading. So 110.10 and 275. do that twice. $275. There we go. Okay. And we're currently set for 300, flight level 300 nav on the nav track, and we're on a VNAV climb. I get a little bit of a break here. Next waypoint will be Levy. And so far, I really do like this aircraft, the MD-80. This particular model's really, it's been good. And I think I purchased this one on the Xplane org store. And I also think at the same time purchased the sound pack on this one. And the sound, actually the sound pack, premium sound pack, that was really pretty good because those the engine sounds, everything I'm hearing sounds pretty real to life, like true to life. Any bad messages? We good? Yeah, we're good. We have traffic, global traffic, and we'll probably have more at Atlanta. So not much at Greensboro, and that's pretty true to life for this time of the night. You're not going to have that much traffic there. But once we get in Greensboro, into Atlanta, then you'll start seeing the traffic pick up. Really good. I get this question at least once or twice, usually when we're doing this, and so I'll answer it now. I am not a real pilot. I am a big enthusiast, and I've been studying the 737-800 MTR, the 737 series, for 30 years. I've kept up and studied those, and some of the other Boeing aircraft. So most of the Boeing aircraft were more of my faves. The only thing that the FAA has for me is a drone pilot's license, so I don't have an actual commercial pilot's license. And I'm a little bit too old to get started at it now in Mage, so I'm encouraging you, if you're younger and you want to do this, you want to actually fly these aircraft and get in school, get to studying and reading and immersing. Do it. Don't wait. I waited. Well, and of course, I say that it's not that I necessarily waited, but I had another calling. I was a police officer for more than a decade, and I was in IT for another decade, and I'm a photographer, videographer, so I've done a little bit of everything. But I'm a pastor. Yeah, so my callings, you could kind of say I have a higher calling than flying.
Delta 7673, expect the Aussie 1 arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes.
All right, I'll do that.
Expecting the Aussie 1 arrival. We'll expect descent in about 20 minutes. Delta 7673.
You see how dark this dash is up here? If y'all see just that, it's just kind of dark. There's a dial underneath here, right here. That will give you more light there if you ever need it. And I do. I like it brighter. In fact, they've got several switches. I like the way they position them. Give you some more light here if you want it. I do admit it's harder to get used to looking out these small windows that out in the front. It's where it feels more like a battleship. So I hope, by the way, if you, the earlier part of this flight on the takeoff, if you want to go back and watch just that piece, if you're trying to fly this model, and I think what I did too, I think would apply to the MD-88 or the MD-82, the default one built into Xplane, the procedure or how you go about like doing a takeoff, the way you set up for takeoff is the same, is generally the same. So if you're thinking about you need just a little brush up on how to do it, you can go back and use that first part of this video and kind of give you a point of reference. And if you see something that you can do that's, or something, a way that you're doing it that's working better, pop in on one of these streams and drop me a comment. I'd love to know it. I'm always I'm open to learning. If there's some newer or better way, I'd like to know it.
16,000 for flight level 0. Pushing 5563, IFR clearance to Savannah.
Right, we're almost to cruise altitude.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Correct icons on that file 4542. Pushing 5563.
Seat belts are going to stay on for the duration of the flight. If people need to get up for anything,
Understood,
restroom break.
Captain. I shall ensure that the seatbelt sign is illuminated and that all passengers are advised accordingly.
So,
Understood, Captain. I shall remain attentive for any assistance required during the flight.
Brian, let's brief for our descent and approach.
We'll be arriving in Atlanta on runway 26 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Aussie 1 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 26 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 300 at 10 knots. Few clouds at 5,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 4625, and approach frequency will be 120.05. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Sounds good, Brian. Thank you.
You're welcome, Steve.
Say Intentions is our ATC on this. I have spoiled myself with Say Intentions. What I like to is the difference between it and VATSIM mostly is there's some more flexibility about how you're doing things. with say intentions than there is with when you're dealing with VATSIM. You've got a few more details you've got to work through, and say intentions can actually say intentions can be just as rigid as you want it to be. You can put it on the professional mode, and you've got no additional help. You have ATC, and you better say things exactly right. And it's good practice. If you're looking to solo or something, it would be great practice to use it because it helps teach you how to talk on the radio. See how close you are to TD, top of descent. Levy, I think Levy is roughly the top of descent. We'll see. I take that back. Levy's not. It's D just to Biddis is top descent really. Okay. We'll probably get a prompt for descending from our ATC. Airport we're going into is a custom Nimbus custom airport. And Nimbus knocked it out of the park. I think that's kind of that's their flagship custom airport, I believe, because some of the detail they put in it, and it really is everything about it. It looks identical to the actual Hartsfield International. It looks just like it, all the way down to the Delta hangars, and because it's a Delta headquarters. It looks really good. If you noticed in the comments, we're actually flying on Xplane 12.2.1.R1 because I had some issues with the beta 6, the 6 beta, and I kind of dropped back and punted. And for now, I've gone back to 12.2.1. And I may go back to it at some point, but everything's working great right now, and I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with the beta. I have had some burps and hiccups with it. If it's working for y'all, if you have the Xplane, the beta 6, more power to you. It's fine. It may just be me. Also, I think all my airports are working optimally right now, just with they're more seamless, so that's why I haven't gone ahead pushed up to beta 6. Like I said, I had beta 6 on for a few days, and no, actually one day, and started having some issues that made me go back to for now I ended up having to drop back to 12.2.1.R1. check our distance away. So we're 145 miles outside of Atlanta. We'll have a small transition coming in. We're near Levy. In preparation, we're going to go ahead and bring back the checklist.
Target altitude. Set. NAV1 ILS frequency. Set. Landing runway course CRS-1. Set. Decision height. Set. Seat belt sign. On. Auxiliary hydraulic pump. On. Thrust mode GA. Check EPR 1.95. Bank angle. degrees Bleo FL 300. At transition level. Local QNH. Below 10,000 feet.
Alright, we're good for now there. Technically speaking, we don't have to start our descent till around Bittis, and that means we've got Degis and then Bittis after that.
The machine is humming like an old Cessna, but it's running. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack? Captain Good and First Officer Song?
Coffee with half and half, and any pastry that you have.
Certainly, Captain Good. I shall arrange for a coffee with half and half, along with a selection of pastries for you shortly.
Alright, we're in good shape right now. Hold on. I haven't been spoiled by the pop-outs. You know, it's convenient. Alright, next step here. We already are set for, we have our frequency, our course headings already in. And we're prepared for descent as soon as we get to a little bit closer to Bittis. Is it Bittis? Yeah, the Bittis waypoint. Alright, we're 8 miles for Degis. And we're nearing our change. Brian, would you go ahead and get our descent clearance to descend on the Aussie 1 arrival?
I'll request descent clearance now.
Atlanta Center, Delta 7673, requesting clearance to descend via the OZ-1 arrival.
Delta 7673, cleared Aussie 1 arrival into Atlanta. When you're ready, descend and maintain flight level 210. Piedmont 5332, contact Charlotte departure on 125.35.
Cleared Aussie 1 arrival into Atlanta. Descend and maintain flight level 210 when ready. Delta 7673.
Delta 7673, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Descending and maintaining flight level 190. Delta 7673.
Alright. Love it. I think it's actually doing it. Yes. So, by the way, there's one thing when you hit descend now, one thing you have to watch for is after you hit it and nothing happens and you have your altitude set correct, that you've actually hit execute, or you may sit there for a while.
Ask that you return to your seats, stow your tables and fasten your seat belts. Please be advised that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
So yeah, you can sit there and stew and turn going, I hit descend now, why is nothing happening? My altitude's lower, you did everything right, and all it boils down to is you didn't hit execute on your FMC. Once you do it, it starts acting, and you see the VNAV change from VNAV level to VNAV descent. Right, so we're on a descent. So following it'll follow the instructions from the flight plan on the FMC, and we're still on nav track. Currently, we were given 210, and we'll see if they'll probably end up dropping us a little bit lower before we get to 210. Our speed is currently about 290 knots.
Delta 7673, descend and maintain 13,000. Altimeter 29907.
Descend and maintain 13,000. Altimeter 29907. Delta 7673.
Okay, 13,000.
Atlanta Center, this is United 1549. I'm with you at 18,000 feet. We're climbing flight level. United 1549, Atlanta Center. Good evening. Climbing 300. American 2909. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
It did take me a while to get all this to get the process down. Currently we're 88 miles outside of Atlanta. We'll have a slight transition for a right turn transition coming, and we're near our DNIC waypoint. This looks good. He will give us another altitude before we get to 13,000. Let's see what it is. Tempted to go ahead and come down a little bit further, like to like 4,000. Go. Once again, because VNAV's going to follow it, the FMC. So just because I set it on 4,000 on the altitude setting there, doesn't mean it's just going to go straight to 4,000. It's going to follow whatever what VNAV says. Your vertical navigation.
Delta 7673, contact Atlanta approach on 132.475.
Switching to Atlanta approach on 132.475, Delta 7673.
What I notice in particular on this descent is how it is consistently, like the speed has been consistently around 290 knots.
Atlanta approach Delta 7673.
I haven't had to worry about overspeed or anything.
14,000 for 13,000.
Delta 7673, Atlanta approach. Good evening, Atlanta altimeter 2999er. Expect the ILS runway 26 right approach into Atlanta.
Altimeter 2999er, expecting the ILS runway 26 right approach. Delta 7673.
We're there. Okay. Right, we're lit up like a Christmas tree already. I did it a couple of 1,000 feet early. Great. We're 63 miles out. We're in good shape. Alright, we're approaching 10,000.
Check. Landing lights. Extend and on. Nose lights. On bright. Logo light. On. Left ground flood light. On. Right ground flood light. On. Left and right airfoil heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Atlanta, I kindly
On if
ask
needed.
that you turn off all electronic
Left engine
devices
anti-ice.
and stow them until we have arrived at the
On
gate.
if needed.
Please ensure that
Right
your
engine
tray tables are
anti-ice.
put away, your seats are in their full
On if
upright
needed.
position, and your
Engine
seat belts
start
are securely
system.
fastened. Our today's gate is Concourse E36. I would also like to remind my esteemed colleagues to check that everyone is seated and has fastened their seat belts. Thank you for your cooperation.
OVRD. Anti-skid. On. Speed brakes. Armed. Bore/LOC mode.
No, not time yet. So we'll got a whole hold there for a minute. We're approaching Aussie now. 47 miles outside of Atlanta, 26 right. It's been a really, I'm thrilled with the pace of the descent, just how it works. It does good. We're holding at 9,000 right now.
Delta 7673, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descending and maintaining 7,000, Delta 7673.
It's going to keep me at about 9,000. It's cleared me for 5, but it's keeping me at around 8 to 9,000. Slight left coming up. Alright, it's going to keep stepping us down. Okay. Another couple of miles and we'll go to 8,000.
Bonanza 9 Tango Whiskey, contact Atlanta approach on 124.6.
124.6 for Bonanza 399 Tango Whiskey.
Okay. We're heading toward Posey now, and we'll continue our descent. There we go.
Delta 7673, proceed direct Bamboo. Descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 26 right approach.
Direct Bamboo. Descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for ILS runway 26 right approach. Delta 7673.
Alright, direct Bamboo. We are going to, I'm going to take care of our speeds on this. I'd like to select them. I'm also activating our VOR localizer. And ILS.
November 431 Alpha Whiskey request IFR to Peachtree to Cap.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Cleared Peachtree to Cap found the vectors at log sec. Climb maintain 4,000 departure frequency 123.475 squawk 1233. And departure, the flight plan is valid till 2100. 0.917 Alpha Whiskey.
We're still about like 10 miles from dropping gear. We're about 150 58 knots. And the localizer is on the hunt to get us set up. You see there.
Arm. ILS button when captured.
Speed's very good. This is very controlled. I like that. It's one thing I've never had. I haven't had the first problem with
Baron 5 X-ray Sierra, turn right, heading 270.
like overspeed, like I did earlier on, trying to figure out how to get VNAV.
73, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Atlanta Tower on 119.1. Delta 7673. Atlanta Tower, Delta 7673, evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 26 right.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Tower, roger. Continue approach, runway 26 right.
Big gears coming down.
Press. Airspeed. Slats.
Okay, we're lined up. Now it's just we're a little bit high, and we'll see if we even out here. We got 9 miles out. Seems to be compensating. Yeah, I think we're looking good. And we got company coming behind us there, about 3 miles behind us. high, but let's see if we can capture. Okay. Looks like we failed.
Autopilot.
Delta 7673, Atlanta Tower, winds 300 at 10. Runway 26 right, clear to land.
Cleared to land, runway 26 right, Delta 7673.
1,000. Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Captured early. Or caught early.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International
Delta
Airport.
7673,
Did you know
contact
that
ground on
Atlanta is known as the
121.65.
city in a forest due to its
Switching to ground
abundance
on
of trees?
121.65.
It is also home
Delta
to the world's busiest
7673.
airport. Thank you for choosing to fly with Delta Airlines. Please remain seated with your
Atlanta
seatbelts
ground,
fastened
Delta
until we have reached our
7673,
final
evening,
parking
cleared of
position.
runway, ready to taxi to the
On
gate.
behalf of Captain Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay in Atlanta.
Delta
The local time here is
7673,
11:19
Atlanta
p.m.
ground, taxi to concourse E gate 36 via Delta, Charlie Delta, hold short of runway 8 right, then 6 north north. Have a good day.
Good afternoon, ground. Southwest 1421, IFR clearance to Pensacola.
Concourse E gate 36, Delta Charlie Delta, hold short of runway 8 right, then 6 north north.
Delta 7673, requesting clearance to cross runway 8 right.
Delta 7673, cleared to cross runway 8 right, proceed as requested.
Cleared to cross runway 8 right, proceeding as requested, Delta 7673.
Delta 7673, cross runway 8 right, then continue taxi to concourse E gate 36 via Delta Charlie Delta. Taxi at your discretion.
Cross runway 8 right, then continue to concourse Echo gate 36 via Delta Charlie Delta. Taxi at discretion.
Yeah, I took some grass. Sorry about that. Alright, so welcome to Atlanta. This airport's got that big city feel.
Delta 1384, information Mike, gate Echo 26, request push and start.
Delta 1384, push and start approved, tail south.
On the landing, I came in when it directed me to go do a direct waypoint. I didn't have enough time to bring my altitude down, and so I ended up at the end having to rush to descend enough, which is a no-no. Break on. Okay, external power.
So they literally made him fat Loki. Okay. Well, like.
Yeah, let's bring down our fuel.
Everybody's getting the full arm report. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to go back and do a quick replay, but I think it's off. That was an awful landing. I think I came in too low. It's funny how I was too high, too low, but my glide path was too low, so put me on the runway a little bit too early. I could have gone around. I actually could have. Way too low. There. Way too low. See how I came down? I hit grass before I hit runway on that landing. It's not good. How to know if you need to start worrying is when you see grass before we see some asphalt.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right, live and learn. I hope maybe if you've been thinking about MD-80, though, I will say this: I love this plane, the aircraft itself, and yeah, I think it's between that and the sound pack, premium sound pack, it's an excellent aircraft. Say Intentions is the other tool we're using on this. Yeah, I think it's become a regular part of what I do. I thoroughly enjoy it. Don't get anything to say that. Pay a subscription, but I've enjoyed it, and I'm going to keep using it. So Say Intentions is going to be in my wheelhouse for a while. In fact, I think I just went ahead and just paid the annual rate on it, so I have it for the next year. And so that's one of my other, probably the biggest tools that I use. We also used XChecklist on this flight tonight, and XChecklist helps you not miss anything. It does do a great job at that. Can't fly the plane for you, but it does a great job. And so those were the primary tools I think that we used tonight on this flight. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, of course, traffic global. What can I say? It's a big part of what I do too. But traffic global, any of the traffic you see here, any of the traffic that's both arriving and departing is all traffic global traffic. And I haven't had a big hit. That's a good way to put it, Mr. Garmin. You stumbled across. You watched me stumble across grass a little bit. Yeah, some of these tools. The traffic global, by the way, I think someone asked me recently, is it hitting my about resources and does it really soak up a lot of your resources? And I guess my answer would be no. I haven't seen a big hit. I'm running an i9 with RTX 4070 card and 64 gigs of RAM on this machine I'm running on, and I haven't seen a big hit at all. By the way, this is a neat airport. This is the flagship Nimbus Airport. So this is custom done. And most of the buildings, you are actually you can actually go inside of the buildings, and they actually did that kind of. They did a great job on really fixing it up, making it look nice. So. Other tools, like I said, Say Intentions is been ATC. The only thing I don't like on the Say Intentions and Traffic Global side is the two of them don't work together at all, so they don't talk. So that means that sometimes you could start a flight and you're about to take off on, for instance here 26 right, you might be able to take off on that runway, and you've got planes at the other end on 8 left, coming head on at you, because Traffic Global doesn't always shift with the winds the way it should. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. It doesn't talk. It doesn't work with my ATC. So I wish it did. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good night. Whatever time zone you're in, get you a little bit of sleep, and I'll see y'all on the next flight.